The reason I'm here because I love to light fires. And as much as possible, make no smoke or little smoke. The reason I'm here is because me and my colleague, we are passionate about these kind of things. So this is a stove, and I put this picture thinking about my new friend, Stefan from World Vision. This is a stove at World Vision in Nepal. Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm from Prakti Design. We do stoves, and only stoves. We have been in operation for the last 3.5 years. We worked in about 10 different countries in Africa. We are also doing technology transfer and training. We also have a lab, and we produce stoves in India, and we have been distributing them in India, in Nepal, and Haiti. Smoke from biomass stoves. It is, as you will see, a huge issue, a huge global issue. From the smoke, health issue. From the smoke, we create all kinds of respiratory diseases, lung cancer, low birth weight, and cataracts, and cardiovascular diseases. But exactly what is the scale of this problem? I don't know how many of you are aware of this kind of data. We can see smoke from biomass is creating about 1.5 million deaths per year, about 200 million diseases per year. So this data is from the World Health Organization. It is bigger, more than malaria and more than tuberculosis. And what is interesting, I mean, what is sad, is that you see the death from smoke will only increase in the next few years. It's not just about health. Health by itself is very important, but fuel, collecting fuel, is a major poverty trap. If you don't have to spend hours to collect the fuels, you can be in place like in Haiti, where you spend 50 cents on your fuel daily while you earn $1 per day. You can imagine the impact on the local environment, specifically desertification. And also just think, for it's half the world population that use biomass. I see an average of 1 kilo per day per person. So that makes it 3 billion kilos of wood are burned every day for cooking. So you can imagine the effect on the global warming, both in terms of CO2 and also black carbon. This is a huge global problem. The photo that you saw on the beginning with this happy, proud woman with her improved stoves, that's less than 1% of the market. There is about 600 million biomass stove used on this planet, and less than 1% of them are using improved stoves. I wonder why. So the reason why, it was my friend from NORAD who asked me this question. In your presentation, can you explain how can you compete with inefficient and very cheap stoves? And this is right here is our competition. It's a 3-stone fire. It is free, so how can you compete with it? You certainly cannot compete with it in terms of cost. And this is, and I'm going to tell you the answer, the answer for this right here. The way to compete is by having a stove that has value. Don't everybody ask us make the cheapest stove possible. It is a mistake. We need to make a stove that has value. And to illustrate this point, I'll guide you through some cases. This is a stove from India. It's in India, like many places, they cook always rice and sauce every day. So you can give them the best single pot. They may like it or not. But give them a stove that will cook the 2 meals at the same time. Suddenly, you have like some serious value for that stove. And it was very interesting. Like when we were working with the distributor, we knew this is a great stove. He said, no, I want the cheapest stove possible. Please, he insisted. Customer is is king. So we went through a lot of money, time, making a single pot. First, he was very happy. He sold the single pot quite fast. But then it suddenly flattens, okay? The double pot are 50% more expensive. And first time, to sell them, the growth is very small. But then that growth keeps going. So today, that same distributor that we got to his 5th order, now we only order double pot stoves. And I'm still waiting for him to apologize for making us spend. This is from Nepal. Same thing, rice is a major. And there, Nepal is very cold. You cook indoor, very, very bad ventilation, because of the cold. So you give them a chimney, and they are happy, okay? But they're happy with that. But how about this? And I take you a step back. Like stove is not just for cooking. A stove is a center to the people's culture. Don't mess with the stove. Be very careful. In the case of northern India and Nepal, the meat is eaten smoked. They like the taste of smoked meat, and also they don't have refrigerators, so it's a wonderful way to preserve your meat. So traditionally, you have the old stove, traditional stove. It makes a lot of smoke, and they put a string and they hang the meat there for a couple days. Okay, that's very dangerous because one of those evenings, your husband will come late. He's drunk and he's hungry. What will happen to your meat? It's gone. Thanks to this chimney, we can attach a meat smoker. It's very cheap to do. But you can attach a meat smoker, and that meat smoker box has a lock. And I made one woman happy, finally. This is going another example. This is from Morocco. This is like it snows in Morocco, so it's not just Norway. It gets really cold. So in the Atlas Mountains, most of the wood is actually used for heating. And if you do take the time to do some engineering, you will realize that there is a lot of losses. When you are using the wood for heating, you are losing a lot outside. So we developed a very local $6 radiator that extracts most of the heat from the smoke. Being a high-performance stove is great. Durability is great. When I'm talking performance, it's both in terms of fuel and emissions. Very important, it must be attractive. If your stove is ugly, nobody will want to buy it. And this is something like for me where a friend pointed that to me. We were in the Atlas Mountains in Morocco. It's extremely poor. And you see the teenagers, the girls, they're very poor, but they still have little jewelry, maybe, silver or even just, something pretty, something they're proud of. So let's not forget about that. Even with stoves, give them something pretty. So we went really doing our best to make this charcoal stove red, bright red. The top is stainless steel, something people would be proud of. Here is even before test. This was a field testing in Haiti. So we brought the women, and even before asking them before testing the stove, we just told them which stove you find most attractive. So red is the secret. I wish I had some red today. Innovation, that's another way to compete. What we have here, these are what you see on this side. These are briquettes. These are briquettes made from urban waste, paper, cardboard, and sawdust. So it's a beautiful story. You are creating, fuel from recycled material. It's also a beautiful story because it's you are building the community in the process to collect trash and make the briquettes. This is from one of the toughest neighborhoods in Port-au-Prince in Haiti. A beautiful story, but the sad thing is that this briquette, everybody hated those briquettes because when you burn them, they make too much smoke and they are too slow. So something we are very proud of is we believe we invented the new technology for burning briquettes in a high power in a clean way. So this is one of our first stoves, institutional for schools. What you see on this side is comparing the stove using a briquette with wood. So it was 36 kilos of wood, 6 kilos of briquettes. And this is what to make if anybody has some money and wants to invest, this is it. These are institutional stoves. Normally for cooking in schools, you use charcoal. Using this stove, you are saving every year, you are saving $1,000 in fuel. So the picture you have here is 500 stoves. They cost $250,000. And every year, they will save $500,000 in fuel cost. And of course, I want to mention, this is it's serving 75,000 meals a day. Two final slides on another aspect. You have the best design. You need the production, the manufacturing technology to support you to do that in a cost-effective way. And if you go back to my first slides, you really have to give the cooks what they want. And cooks varies. They don't want all the same things, not the same fuel. So you really need to have technology that allow you to do that. That goes like for different type of stove, different places, different size stoves. And this is possible today. There is a really manufacturing technology that manufacturing revolution that you may not have heard of. It's not from China, it's from India. So in India, you can do those things, have a large portfolio and still be able to do it with the quality and cost effectiveness. And the other advantage for Africa is a technology that can be, a production technology that can be transferred to Africa. Thank you very much.